Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll run on first down. Overton. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets out.
That he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Devin White in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Forced out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Fight on these two, fight on these two. Let's go, yellow. Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Hey, check, right there.
Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. 43, 43. Whip. Watch the whip.
22 Jet Bomber, 22 Jet Bomber.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Mahomes in the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on fourth. Mahomes throwing on fourth. He is going to find Hill here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Yellow.
You ain't doing nothing.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Yellow. There's no line. 15. Come back. Screen. Watch the screen.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Butker able to put this one through. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
From the 29, Jackson, and that's incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Jackson, and that's knocked away and incomplete. That time, Juan Thornhill, the rookie from Virginia, batting it away. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll run it here with Bernard. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Roquan Smith. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. Yeah. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They go play fake. Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 27 yards there, a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. but the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Yellow.
Here's Bernard. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
51, Mike 51. Let's go, let's go.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. It's Hill, complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now Mahomes, and he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Kenny Young, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a carry for Bernard. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And he's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14. Mahomes now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. Now Jackson on first down. Towards the end zone for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
25
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Mahomes now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Mahomes will try again on second down. And that is incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And again, it's Mahomes. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. Steps away to his left. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A first trip to the red zone for KC. 1st and 10 at the 19. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Mahomes. He's got this one complete to Perriman. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they've burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Keep playing hard.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because Now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
From the 30 on second down, Jackson into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. To the right side, it's Kelsey. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
You got 3, three down, 3 down.
Shift.
Big edge.
So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Check 9.
Kill. Switch. Wide, get wide. Same on. Mike's 40. Coming. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hey, watch it.
From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Frank Clark in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Roquan Smith in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
15, 15.
Now a give, right side. Bernard. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
this is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Now Jackson to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. And again this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Let's go, baby. Zoom, zoom. Mike 40, Mike 40.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Jackson now. 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
No, no, no. Off.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll make it third down.
Coverage by Byron Murphy.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Byron Murphy, the first pick of the second round there defensively.
Incomplete. Coverage by Byron Murphy.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight?
Yellow, yellow.
Four down. Check. Four down.
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Switch. Check 37.
Check. Hey, Riblin.
Now Bernard. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down as he takes it up to the 44. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Avoiding the tackle. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Giovanni Bernard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Ravens 6. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Jackson now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Here I come.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Mike 50. Check back. Check back. Wahoo. Tie it right. What? No. Alert. Hey, Mike 50. Mike 50. Mike 50. Who that? Who that? Mike's 50. Mike's who's it? Squish, squish, double, double. Mike 50. Mike 50. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 53 yards. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson will throw again. And incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill. There he goes right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Chiefs 24, Ravens 12. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Strong right. Strong right. We got 4. We got 4. Check it back. Check it back. Yellow.
On 1st down, Bernard. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll run again with Bernard. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Yellow, yellow. 180.
Check the out. Check the out. Check the out.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty. You got a hand in there to break that one up. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Jackson now. Going to throw again. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
1st down, Chiefs.
Yellow. Argo on, 80.
On deck. I'm coming after you.
Nice hit.
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, oh, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that.